Charlie and Herbie scored 91, as you just heard. We seem to have had a scratching of number 10, the competitor Linda Dening with Windeyer Bobbie. So I'm pretty sure we're now watching Bill Davidson with Grass Valley Flake. Little dog is cast out and is bringing the sheep down towards the delivery zone, the D, and casting peg. Looking out for that sheep that looks to be the defiant one, if there's going to be one at all. With any luck, the competitors get 3 compliant sheep. But it's not always the way. In fact, it's probably seldom the way. Yes, the sheep closest to the camera, now turning, is the one doing some foot stomping. The second sheep deciding to turn and have a closer look at the dog and do some stomping. So there might in fact be a couple of rebels in this little mob of 3 sheep. But the dog has them under control, giving them the eye. A little bit of a prance from the dog. To shuffle the sheep into the delivery zone and turn them to move them down the ground to the south. So that's pretty much what's happening now. A little difficult, but the sheep were delivered to the delivery zone, and now competitor and dog, the 2 competitors, joint billing, are able to move the sheep down the ground to the south to the first winding peg. Those sheep wanting to turn around, challenge the little dog. But the dog's not having it. And now those sheep moving quite nicely. A little bit of a run at times. Now stopping. Another challenge to see who's going to be the boss, sheep or dog. Deciding that it's easier to go with the dog and move on down towards the winding peg. Little dog needing to slow the sheep right now. So that they don't get too much of a run on or cross over the line as they move down the corridor. And the sheep now rounding the first winding peg. Little dog getting behind to move them along. Judge gliding past in the background on the golf buggy. And getting close to the second winding peg. One of the sheep stopping for a bit of a snack on the way. Little dog coming close behind to keep them moving along. Approaching the first obstacle, the race. Nicely gathered in the entry area of the race. Only got to get one sheep to decide to move through, and in all likelihood the others will follow. Looks like that's what's happening, and the sheep have just about cleared the race. Dog trainer not able to move from that mark 3 metres from the race until the sheep are through. And then will move off at a chosen speed that they must maintain between the race and the bridge. So we're not there yet. Little dog has been pushing the sheep through, has been able to manage that. And the trainer now moving up to the bridge, leaving the little dog to bring the sheep along. That one sheep still turning to look at the dog, happy to mount a challenge, even if that means walking backwards for a distance. That sheep is actually quite happy to walk backwards for some distance to be able to continue to remain in eye contact with the dog, maintaining eye contact. and there you have the sheep breaking off, but being brought around quickly by the dog. And we're at the bridge. Now, that's a pretty quick entry to the bridge. The little dog sees them down the other side. That was all very quick. Dog coming around the side now to turn the sheep and tuck them in to move towards the pen. One or two of those sheep still wanting to challenge the dog. Look at that, even if it means moving backwards, just to maintain that eye contact with the dog. But dog and trainer have got the sheep looking the right direction now, moving on. Moving at a good pace. The objective being to keep the sheep within an 8 metre range of the trainer, and the yellow cones each 8 metres apart to make the estimation of that distance easier for the judge. Sheep coming up towards the pen now. The trainer is taking his position 3 metres from the pen. The sheep have moved in very quickly. The little dog is maintaining eye contact and protecting the open gate. The gate's closing.
Well done, Linda Denning. Well done, honey, with your little dog, Bobbie.